You good?
One of those days.
Yeah, you telling me.
Coach, I mean, you guys were right in the game, the point shooting back to where you probably wanted it to be. What was the difference in that last minute or two for you?
Um, yeah, some calls didn't go our way. I thought it was a very well played game both ways, and um, they were rewarded, and we weren't.
So I'm not trying to be fined here. I'm just
Yeah.
curious, with the replay rule,
Yeah.
you lost 2 timeouts on calls that, I mean, one was an out of bounds call that was pretty obvious that they got wrong. Is that a flaw in this replay system? You had to waste the timeout, which would have probably helped you in the last minute on getting a call return that probably shouldn't have been wrong in the first place.
I'll agree with you. Thank you.
I thought in the second quarter, it looked like Kalia and Tosh sparked you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm just curious if you saw the same thing, and is that indicative of how they've been for you all season?
Yeah, that's who they are. They're our spark, they're our energy. They got us going. Give them credit. They were rested. They had, 4 days, probably good practices, and their execution was awesome. I thought we were a little bit slow foot in the first quarter, but they came out and scored 33 points. Just super proud of our group for stepping up and not giving in. It would have been easy to give in after last night. And yeah, those two turned up the energy, and the rest of the group followed.
Yeah, coach. So you guys lead the league in rim 3-point rate this season. 77%. It's going to go up tonight. That's up from 57% last year. Was that not one of emphasis in the offseason? And are you proud of the execution in that particular area from the group?
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things as a group and individually, we've spent a ton of time talking to our players about their shot profile and how we wanted to attack the rim. I think again, I'm new to this league, but just the downhill drives and protecting shooters, I think, is something that needs to be looked at. I think they do a good job of protecting post players, but I thought Kalia got down to the rim and Tosh got to the rim numerous times and weren't rewarded. They tried to review a call on a drive that Kalia clearly got bumped, and to me, there should have been 5 to 10 more of those in this game. So, we're not a post-up team, but we are a paint and rim team, and I don't think that we are being rewarded the way we should.
There's about 6.5 minutes left in the fourth, and Natasha had come out. She turned it over, took her out, almost put her immediately back in, but called her back from the table. And it looked like you saw something or she saw something. And I'm just curious what you guys saw before she went back in.
We had a side bet on what side out of bounds play DT had called, either for Kai or herself. So I think she owes me $20.
We're going to go to Zoom. David?
Hi, Coach. Earlier before the game, you mentioned something about traffic, and with that being a challenge, getting to New York, and just with this being a part of a span of 3 games and 4 nights for you guys and being an injured and shorthanded team, can you just speak to some of those challenges?
Yeah, I mean, life throws you different things every day. We threw, our routine was a little bit different, but nothing that, it might have woken us up a little bit, gave us some energy, and it was an interesting bus ride over today. But yeah, we made it, and yeah, just proud of the group and how we continue to fight.
Alec?
How's it going, Coach?
Hey,
So last night, you guys had 22 turnovers, obviously. What did you feel like it changed from last night to today? Was there like a little bit different of a play style, or what were you looking at?
Well, the last 2 games we've turned it over at a pretty high rate, but I think on the year we're third, fourth, or fifth in turnover rate. So obviously the last two nights, or 2 games before this was an issue, but overall in the season, I think we've done a pretty good job. Our team knows how important it is. You know, last night we're kind of just throwing out the window and moving on. I mean, that was a tough night all the way around. And I think, you know, this is right around the goal that we want to be at. We want to be at 12 or less. So a couple shot clock violations down the stretch in the fourth, and 2 of those were on me just because I told us to slow it down, and I shouldn't have done that. We should have kept playing fast. That's when we're at our best.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks. Nice to meet you.